All right, join me on page 192 in the science book. Again, if you don't have it out, you need to pause the video, get your book out now. I want you to follow along. Be engaged, take initiative. Okay, join me in the text. How can energy be used to do work? People use energy to do work. Work is the use of force to move an object through a distance. People do work when they move objects from one place to another. You can use your body to move a bag of groceries or a stack of books. You can also use a simple tool, such as a screwdriver, to turn a screw. In all these cases, you are using energy to do work. The energy released when fuel burns can also be used to do work. The engine in a jet plane burns fuel and releases energy that helps move the plane. A gasoline engine does work by burning fuels and using heat energy to move the parts of the engine. The heat energy in steam is used to power generators that make electricity. So we can see in that picture energy at work. What force makes a bicycle move forward? What force makes a bicycle stop? Well, your pedaling propels the bike forward, and friction makes the bicycle want to stop. And let's turn now to 193 and let's learn a little bit about friction. And you see a diagram of how friction works on your video screen. Okay, friction, nature's brakes. To stop a moving car, we use friction. Friction is the force that acts when two surfaces rub against each other. When the driver of a car presses on the brake pedal, the friction of the brakes against parts of the wheels slows the car. The friction of the tires against the road also slows the car. There is even friction between the car and the air. Friction generates heat. In this case, it causes the brakes and the tires to get hotter. To feel the heat generated by friction, try rubbing your hands together. The heat you will feel is the result of friction. And also, if you go for a drive, when you get out of the car, if you go feel the tires of the car, the tires will be hot as well, even if it's a colder day out. Okay. All right, turning the page to page 194. How does potential energy change into kinetic energy? Energy can change from one form into another. It can change from stored energy into energy that is used to move an object. Potential energy is stored energy, and kinetic energy is the energy of motion. Potential energy can be changed into kinetic energy, and kinetic energy can be changed back into potential energy. For example, imagine a rock on the side of a steep hill. While it is still, the rock has potential energy. If the rock begins to roll down the hill, its potential energy changes to kinetic energy. When the hill levels out, friction will cause the rock to stop rolling. Burning a fuel is another way to change potential energy into kinetic energy. For example, a match has potential energy in its chemical bonds. When you light the match, you release the energy in these bonds. As the match burns, it gives off heat and light. The potential energy of the chemical bonds becomes the kinetic energy of heat and light. Some of the carbon atoms in the match may not burn completely. You can also see the carbon atoms in the form of soot left on the match and in the air. This means that some of the stored energy has not been released, so that the black part is the carbon. When you start seeing black on, or if you roast a marshmallow and you see the black on the outside of the marshmallow, if you stick it in the fire too long, that's the carbon. Okay. All right. Thanks again for watching. You can continue now on your science lesson. Remember, any Brain Pop videos are now, the lessons count towards part of your science grade, but you can take those quizzes as many times as you'd like. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.